Anunoby had nearly outscored the Atlanta team. In fact, he had at that point 24-22 through 20 minutes in the game.
Nice bow.
And then Dyson Daniels throws a bow at Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson, you got to be smarter than this. You got another game to play.
He wasn't really.
No,
Yeah, it didn't look bad. I don't know.
Like right there, he could have left. Right
Escalated
there.
No, he could have got suspended.
Watch out, old man. Watch out.
Oh, everybody got on the ground.
Watch out, old man.
Look at that. Oh, 72-22 when they're ejected. Meantime, Jalen Brunson.
Write me down.
It's Lil Boosie.
Did Lil Boosie get hurt?
I think he was okay.
No, I think.
Well, no. Hey, listen, his feelings were hurt. He was pulling for the Hawks.
Hawks up. Hawks down 47 at the half.
Oh, kill him.
47 at the half.
That's a record for a playoff.
Let's damn sure hope so.
Yep. They led by as many as 61. Did the Knicks?
61.
Hey,
It was 101-40 at one point.
I've never been on a team down 61. You?
Let me tell you something.
And as you see there, not everybody had 24. Like OG had 29, Brunson had 17.
If you couldn't get 20 in this game, you and Nick, I would cut you.
That's exactly right.
Win that thing by.
You can't get 20 against these guys.
No, you can't get 20 out of 140. You should be on the team.
You should be on the team, man.
50.
How they score 140 you don't get your 20
Come
kick?
on,
It was
man.
a 51-point loss, and I guess Nickeil Alexander-Walker trying to put this one into words.
At no point in time at all this season were we that bad, but we were tonight. Doesn't end here. You know, this is something to build on, something to grow from, to grow and learn from. For me, I'm glad that this is my story and something for me that I can embrace. Even though it was a beating, I'm excited for what this means to send me into the summer.
Our guys, their connectedness right now is off the charts. And like I said, when you lock in to the detail and you're connected like that with a group that's as talented and versatile as that group, you have a chance to do that.
For us to make a statement about who we could be when we're playing, we're clicking on all cylinders. It's great for us to have this kind of tape so that we could look back at it and see when we're playing our best, what are we doing correctly. But like I said, it's about consistency in the playoffs.
It shows us what we're capable of defensively, and I think that's really important. We go through a playoff series and you find a way to win, you're moving on. You see where you're pushed. You see where you have to get better, and you build off that.
Among the numbers that you can digest from this beatdown, 47 at the half, 53 after 3. Those are both records. Largest home loss in Atlanta history.
Largest playoff loss.
Can I say something, Ernie?
Yeah. What would you like to say?
I want to say this. This was an awful night for the Atlanta Hawks, Coach Snyder, and all the Atlanta Hawks fans. But, man, they had a good season.
10 games over 500, best record in the East after the All-Star break.
The best record in the East after all that, but they got a bright future. You know, sometimes I know this is going to be a long night for them, but we got to give them what they accomplished this year. They made the trade and start their rebuild, but give them credit. So, listen, Coach Snyder and the Atlanta Hawks fans, man, y'all got a bright future going forward. And, hey, tonight was just an awful night, but you got a bright future and you had a great season.
How's a night like that happen, Shaq?
Man, there's really no excuse for it. Listen, the Knicks came in with the BTA mode, attitude, belt the ass. It's like, hey, we need to not mess around with these guys. Hawks couldn't get a shot. They didn't play with any intensity, didn't play with any energy. Fans were not into the game, and it's quite embarrassing. And I will disagree with Chuck. The future is now. We want to keep saying, wait till next year, wait till next year, wait till next year. Us Atlanteans, we're tired of losing the first and second round. We want our championship now. So
really,
you had a good season, but it ain't good enough.
Okay. No, they had a good season. They hadn't made the playoffs.
I just think that there are steps to winning championships and steps to getting better. They take a step to get better. However,
not losing by 60. Not losing by 60.
I mean, that's just one game.
One game.
That's the last game. It's the closeout game. Stop it.
The last game.
If you lose by 60, you lose by 1, you still lose the series. I think the one thing that they have two big things, they got better because two guys came also and played extremely well. C.J. McCollum and Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga's in the last year of his contract. Will they pick up his option, and will C.J. McCollum as a free agent? Those two guys were part of the reason why we're saying there's a future for them.
And
Nikhil
Nikhil Alexander-Walker, most improved player.
So if he walks, CJ walks, or someone, you have to have somebody to fill that void, and that is
CJ is a brilliant. They need to re-sign CJ because number one, he's a heck of a player, but they got a bunch of young guys.
Yes.
And you need some veteran leadership. But it was a good year for the Hawks. You know, I know people live in the moment. Nobody expected them to make the playoffs, especially when they traded Trey and started over. So, but they got a really bright future. But like I say, listen, it was a good year. It was a bad year for the Nuggets. It was an awful year for them losing in the first round. You know, you have to keep things in perspective. The Nuggets losing in the first round, that's an awful year for them. The Atlanta Hawks making the playoffs after all the stuff they've been doing, it was a good year.
The New York Knicks advance. We don't know who they're going to play yet. It's going to be either Boston or Philadelphia, who are heading to a Game 7. And New York hitting its stride. Look, this team went to the Eastern Conference Finals a year ago. You don't like them against
Well, I think the
winner of that series?
Well, because number one, how many of those games did Joel Embiid play in? And how many games of those did Jason Tatum play in? Those regular season, that's the thing I told you about the regular season stats. The Sixers are a totally different team with Joel Embiid. And the Celtics are a totally different team with Jason Tatum. So those regular season numbers mean absolutely nothing to me.
Okay, but what you've seen of Philadelphia and Boston now, and what you've seen of New York now.
Well, listen, we're going to show the highlights. I thought tonight, we said before the game, I said I didn't expect Joel to have another monster game. I thought it was going to come down to Tatum, Paul George, and VJ. And that's what it came down to, and they won. The Celtics, I don't know what they be doing.
Well, let's keep it right there because we can continue this after we look at the highlights, which we're going to do after we take a break here on Inside the NBA. See how I short-circuited that to keep us at least somewhat on time?
Yeah.
Oh, this was, it was an emotional.
Ben Stiller, we love you.
Come on, Ben.
Ben's a happy dude tonight, man.
Yes, he
Knicks
is.
on their way to the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Ooh, come on, Philly, rise up.
Get ready for a Game 7.